5 seconds to go. Start. Namaskar. I wish all of you and all the women of the country a very happy International Women's Day. On this occasion, this innovative program has been organized by women saints and sadhvis, virtuous women of the country. I congratulate all of you, mothers and sisters. The land of Kutch, where you have arrived, has been a symbol of women's power and potential for centuries. Here, Ma Ashapura herself resides in the form of Matra Shakti. The women here have taught the whole society how to live in the midst of harsh natural challenges, adverse circumstances, and have taught to fight and win. International organizations have also acknowledged the role played by the women of Kutch regarding water conservation by setting up Pani Samiti Water Committee. The women of Kutch have also kept alive the civilization and culture of Kutch with their tireless hard work. The colors of Kutch, especially the handicraft, are a great example of this. These arts and skills are now creating a different identity in the whole world. You are currently in the last village on the western border of India. This is the last village of Gujarat on the border of India. There is no life after that. The border of another country begins after that. The people in the border villages have special responsibilities for the country. The brave women of Kutch have always discharged this responsibility very well. Now that you have been there since yesterday, you must have heard from someone or the other regarding an incident during the 1971 war. The enemy attacked the Bujher fort in the 1971 war, bombed the airstrip and destroyed it completely. In such circumstances, another airstrip was needed in time. All of you will be proud that the women of Kutch, without caring about their lives, worked overnight to build an airstrip for the Indian forces. It is a very important event in history. If you try to find out about them, then many of those mothers and sisters have grown old and are still amongst us. I have got an opportunity to talk to them many times. Now, our women's power is starting a service for society from this land of such extraordinary courage and strength of women. Mothers and sisters, our Vedas have invoked women with mantras like, that is, women should be able to handle the responsibility of their cities and society and should lead the country. Women are a reflection of ethics, loyalty, decisiveness, and leadership and represent that. That is why our Vedas and tradition have given a call that women should be able and capable to give direction to the nation. We often say this: the woman is a manifestation of the divine. It is also said in our country, that is, the man will have to do something to become a supreme god. See the difference between the two. If we deliberate a little more, we will realize why our ancestors have said this for males, that but for mothers and sisters. Mothers and sisters, India is the bearer of such an intellectual tradition of the world whose existence has been centered on its philosophy, and the basis of this philosophy has been its spiritual consciousness. And This spiritual consciousness has been centered on the Nari Shakti, women's power. We have happily established the divine power in the form of a woman. If we see the divine beings in both male and female forms, we give the first priority to the female entity, be it Sita Ram, Radha Krishna, Gauri Ganesh, or Lakshmi Narayan. Who would be better acquainted with this tradition of ours than you? There have been many female philosophers like Ghosha, Goda, Apala, and Lopamudra in our Vedas. Scholars like Gargi and Maitri gave direction to the research of Vedanta. From Mirabai in the north to Sant Akka Mahadevi in the south, the divine women of India have given voice to reform and change in society from the Bhakti movement to Gyan Darshan. Even on this land of Kutch and Gujarat, you will come across many divine women like Sati Toral, Ganga Sati, Sati Loyan, Rambai, and Leerbai. Similarly, you will hardly find any region or a village where there is no village deity or Kuldevi, the center of faith. These deities are the symbols of the Nari women consciousness of this country, which has created our society since time immemorial. This women consciousness kept the flame of freedom ignited in the country even in the freedom movement. When we are celebrating the Amrit Mahotsav of independence, we must remember the freedom struggle of 1857. The Bhakti movement had an important role in laying the foundation of India's freedom movement. There were sages, saints, and scholars in every part of the country who did a phenomenal job of igniting the consciousness of India, and the country succeeded in the freedom movement in the light of the same consciousness. Today, we are at such a stage when 75 years of independence have been completed, but our spiritual journey will continue. But social consciousness, social competence, social development, and change in society have become associated with the responsibility of every citizen. And when all the mothers and sisters of the saint tradition are sitting in such a large number, I think that I should also talk to you about something. Today, I am fortunate that I am talking to such an awakened group of conscious women. Stop.